currency devaluations. I've been complaining about that for a long time. And I believe that we will all eventually, and probably very much sooner than a lot of people understand or think, we will be all at a level playing field. Because that's the only way it's fair. That's the only way that you can fairly compete in trade, and that other countries take advantage of us with their money and their money supply and devaluation. Because we don't know anything. Our country has been run so badly. We know nothing about devaluation. Every other country lives on devaluation. You look at what China's doing. You look at what Japan has done over the years. They play the money market. They play the devaluation market, and we sit there like a bunch of dummies.
There's always a probability that there will be a recession in the next year. And it's a meaningful probability no matter what the economy is doing. So it's always a real possibility. The question is it? So it's a possibility here. Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin crypto stocks moving up. And guys, all you have to do is look at the actual indicators. The bond market is doing the work. And I'm going to go over that later. But we have Arthur Hayes says no excuse not to long crypto. And guys, remember, crypto is definitely the future. The emerging markets are going to flip that switch next year. And should you long crypto, it just depends on your entry point. If you invested years and years ago, you're fine. You can long. But if you're just starting to get into it, you definitely will have a better entry point. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And then we have JpMorgan says Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin next year. And I can definitely see that once we get that utility bull run, but that hasn't started yet. Remember, guys, the only thing we have to do is sit back and watch the Fed. And what did the Fed do yesterday? Guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We had the Fed basically said they're going to do about 3 rate cuts next year. So what did the bond market do? We saw yield rates. Remember, yield rates at the 10-year yield was over 5. It dropped all the way down today to like 3.89. That's what helped stocks and cryptos. So they already priced that in. And the Fed hasn't even done cuts yet. So we have yield rates plummeting. We have the dollar plummet. And we know that's great for Bitcoin, stocks, commodities like gold. But it's definitely not good for the consumer. And once Japan makes this move, we know what's going to happen to the dollar. And then, guys, we have volume and crypto up. We have Tether, USDC, and TUSD. And then we have Tether scores second lowest ranking in S&P Global Stablecoin Stability Assessment. And we know that Binance and Tether movie is definitely not over. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Repo was at $823 billion yesterday. I think it came in today at like $769. So it did have a big plummet. But guys, we see with rates lowering, dollar lowering, they can afford to drop it even more. And Jerome went over that last night. Guys, make sure you watch the video I did last night, because you get the feeling that a distraction is definitely on its way. And we had Jerome Powell said a recession next year is possible. But guys, we know a Great Depression is already here. It's just that the Fed is holding the markets up, holding the job market up, holding the housing market up. They're holding everything up until they're ready to pull that rug. And all of a sudden, we're going to be swept into the fourth industrial revolution. And don't forget, guys, I went over that Trump talked about devaluing the currency. We see Bitcoin hitting all-time highs in Turkey, Egypt, Nigeria, Argentina. Fiat is collapsing, but guys, they have the tools. Stable coin, CBDCs. Remember, guys, they cause the problem, wait for the reaction, run in with the solution. So we're going to start seeing even more layoffs next year after this holiday season. We know we're going to have plenty of layoffs anyway, but it's going to be double, triple that. And then, of course, guys, they got the machines ready. But if you actually look at the stock market, guys, we know small cap stocks took a hit. Small cap stocks are the way to go. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. Because the dollar is taking a hit, yield rates are taking a hit. Now these small bank stocks are going to move up, but only temporarily. But guys, when you're looking at fiat currencies, all of them are going to be devalued because we're going to be headed into hyper deflation, which is going to give everybody a level playing field. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the US CFTC approves Bitcoin futures platform binomial derivatives clearing application. And guys, what was the bank man working on? Make sure you keep an eye on this. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $33.7 billion. And we have the SEC pushes deadline for decision on Invesco Galaxy Spot Ethereum ETF to February of 2024. Now we have Deutsche Bank backed tourists starts tokenizing German SME loans. And guys, remember, everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. Now we have Rule Match, a Swiss crypto exchange for banks, goes live with Spain's BBVA. And it comes out the gates with 7 banks and security firms. And is using Ripple's Mataco custody tech and also Nasdaq's technology. So remember, guys, when it comes to these big banks, it's no longer any more competition. They're all working together to build the fourth industrial revolution plan. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Blockstream to launch Series 2 of Bitcoin-denominated investment vehicles. And of course, this is outside the United States. But definitely, guys, keep an eye on Blockstream, the mining, and then also the development behind Bitcoin. And then lastly, we have Bonk surges over 50% after Coinbase listing. And guys, you know, I put it in the Patreons. If you didn't make any money, that means you got scared money. Whether it's a meme coin or a real utility coin, once it hits Coinbase and it has some type of community, it's going to move up. Take advantage. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But if you've been following the indicators, the geopolitical events, you definitely should have made money during the holidays. And I teach you to follow the NWO. Follow the money, because you do not want to get caught on the wrong side of history. We are going towards the end of the greatest transfer of wealth in history, and we're not going back. Get in the lab, so therefore you don't have to worry about falling for the devil's tricks. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming, while everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks, and while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.